अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। चेतो दर्पणमार्जनं भवमहा दावाग्निर्वापनम् श्रेयः कैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दां बुद्धिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृता स्वादनम् सर्वात्मस्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्ण संकीर्तनम्। नमः कमलनाभाय नमः कमलमालिने नमः कमलपादाय नमस्ते कमलेक्षण यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तद्ध्वं देवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। राधा रानी की। Devotees of the Supreme Lord, the Divine Souls. First let me say Radhe Radhe to each and every one. And my pranam, my humblest prostrations to each and every one of you here. Today again, I have chosen a pad, a divine poem from that most wonderful divine book called Prem Ras Madira, written by the greatest saint Jagat Guru Tam Shri Kripaluji Mahaprabhu. That book Prem Ras Madira contains 1008 pads or divine poetry. Divine. So this is from Viraha Madhuri. There are 21 Madhuris. One of them is Viraha Madhuri. And it's a very beautiful Leela written by Jagat Guru Tam Shri Kripaluji Mahaprabhu. So we'll sing and enjoy and then understand a little bit about this also. Not very difficult. It's a Leela. धन्य छोर सिर मोर मोर पिय
धन्य चोर सिर मोर
Double.
मोर प्रिय
धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर पिय
धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर प्रिय
मोर पिय
मोर प्रिय
मोर पिय
मोर प्रिय
धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर पिय
धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर प्रिय
पंख मोर प्रिय शशिकुल कारो
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 ओ धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर पिय
धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर प्रिय
A Viraharni, one gopi who is suffering in the separation from Sri Krishna. The gopis, even though Sri Krishna was right in front of them, they would have viraha. They will have the feeling of separation. And he was right there in front of them. One gopi who is experiencing the intense separation from Shyam Sundar, Sri Krishna sarcastically says about him. She's saying in a very sarcastic tone, "O most blessed is my beloved Shyam Sundar. Most blessed, as he is the crest jewel of all thieves." Sirmor means the crest jewel. In other words, the topmost of thieves. It's not, whoa, ऐसे चोर. Such a thief. What has he stolen? We'll hear. So she's saying, oh, most blessed is my beloved, who is the topmost among thieves. He wears the peacock feather, Pank Mor. Shyam Sundar, Shri Krishna has peacock feather. And the peacock feather has like an eye, a spot. Now, Shri Krishna belonged to the Luna dynasty. When he came as Shri Ram, he belonged to the Surya dynasty, the sun. And when he came as Shri Krishna, he belonged to Chanda dynasty, Luna dynasty, moon. In the moon, If you look at the moon, it's very beautiful, but there is a little kalank, a blemish, a dark spot. So there's a blemish in the moon. So Sham Sundar, he's wearing this peacock feather, and there's a spot. So she says he has brought blemish to his entire dynasty, the Luna dynasty. He has brought a blemish by his action. What did he do to cause his blemish? Ukaro tam. Sab baith jaiye, please. Sit down, everyone. Karo tam, karo pakhvaru. When Sri Krishna appeared, about a little more than 5,000 years ago in Vrindavan, so it was a very dark night. Karotam. It was extremely dark, the night, and it was Krishna Paksh. Month of Bhadra, Krishna Paksh. In the Hindu calendar, every month has 30 days, 30, and it's divided in two Paksh of 15 days. So one is Krishna Paksh, the dark half of the moon, and one is Shukla Paksh, the bright half of the moon. So Sri Krishna was born on the Ashtami of Krishna Paksh, the dark half of the moon. So one, it is a very dark night. Two, he was born in the dark half of the moon, Krishna Paksh. Aur Karo Ghan. There was very dark clouds. Ghan means clouds. There was very dark clouds. Aur Karo Tannavaru. And his complexion, the complexion of his body was black. Everything is black. A very black night, the black half of the month, black clouds, and a black complexion. She is like really angry with Sham Sundar. Sarcastically, she's saying. There's a deeper meaning behind all this dark, this karo, karo, karo. Sham Sundar was not black. We've heard many times from Sri Kripaluji Mahaprabhu that Sham Sundar, Sri Krishna's color, the complexion of his skin, was not black. It was not fair. Radharani, Gori. So in India, either somebody is fair, Gora, or if they're not fair, then they're Kala. Kala means black. So Sri Krishna was not fair. So because of that, everybody said Kala. But he's not Kala. It's a very beautiful color. Sri Maharaji tried to help us. So I told you, many times you would have heard, flax. There's a plant called flax. It has a flower. And that flower, in the early morning of the sun, when the rays would strike that flower, it has a special color. And Sri Maharaji said that is the closest thing that comes in the world to what Sham Sundar's color is like. Anyhow, but she's saying everything is black. It means that Sham Sundar likes everything black because he is born on a very black night in the black half of the month. It had black clouds and his complexion is also black. He likes. Shri Krishna is Patit Pavan, the lover of sinful, fallen souls. So sinner is, the word black is used for somebody who has evil deeds, a sinner. So Sham Sundar loves sinners. So maybe this is why he took the black color. And also, this entire world is filled in ignorance and darkness. And the only one to remove the darkness of this material world is Sham Sundar. So when he comes in our midst, he's able to remove all the blackness. So there is this deeper meaning there. धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर पिय धन्य
चोर सिर मोर मोर प्रिय
कारो तम कारो पखवारो
कारो तम कारो पखवारो
कारो घन कारो तनवारो
कारो धन कारो तनवारो
धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर पिय
धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर प्रिय
So if you observe, this is a very, very long pad. Normally a pad has 4-5 lines for the verse. This is very long. So I cannot go if I am to do the whole pad, then I cannot go in great details. Just enjoy. Most of you know all the philosophy already. It's just a reminder. The next line says, Jahi china chaliya chiti ayo, nijkaro maya vistaro. Chiti means earth. The word chiti. Kshiti jala pavaka gagana samira. You've heard about that. So kshiti means the earth. Or chaliya means a prankster. One who plays pranks on others is called a chaliya. So this prankster, she's saying, she's using this word for Krishna, chaliya. This prankster, the moment he set foot in the earth, in this world, when he appeared, what did he do? He brought his deceiving black color, Yog Maya. She's using this word black everywhere. This deceiving Maya. Why is Yog Maya? Not Maya, Yog Maya. Why is Yog Maya deceiving? Because this power is a very special power of Sri Krishna. Very, very special. Something is not happening, and you will guarantee it happened. I saw with my own eyes. You will put your head on a block. I saw it happen. I have proof, and nothing happened. Kartum akartum manyatha kartum samartha. Ved, this power of Yog Maya, through that power, Shri Krishna can make the impossible possible. He can do whatever he wants. And if he so desires, he can do the complete opposite. Ulta karo. And through this power, the saints also. Shri Krishna is the governor of Yog Maya, and those who attain Shri Krishna, the saints, Yog Maya governs them. There's another Maya called Maya which governs us. Not to say Maya, Yog Maya, Swarup Shakti. This is the most intimate power of Shri Krishna. Through this power, on the inside, Shri Krishna remains divine, pure, supremely divine. Yet outwardly, he performs all the action of a worldly person. Bhakta hetu Bhagavan Prabhu Ram dharau tanu bhoop kiye charit pavan param lekin prakrit nar anurup. Tulsidas Maharaj says in the Ramayana, but all the faults and shortcomings, sometimes even worse than us. And that's why we never benefited. So it is through this power of Yog Maya. This is why this Gopi is saying, this deceiving Kali, black power of his called Yog Maya. Dhanya chor sir mor mor piya
धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर प्रिय
मोर पिया
मोर प्रिय
जाहि छिन छलिया छिति आयो
जाहि छिन छलिया छितियायो
निज कारी माया विस्तारो
निज कारी माया विस्तारो
ओ धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर पिय
धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर प्रिय.
So what did he do with this Kali Yog Maya? This deceiving Yog Maya? The moment he was born, a newborn child, he escaped from a jail with his father. He took his father and ran away from the jail. Such a thief. A newborn child, and not one gate, 7 gates. The jail had 7 gates. Through that Yog Maya, every lock in every gate opened by itself. And there were guards at every gate. All the guards fell asleep. So gay. Did he tell his father, let's run away? No. As a little baby starts speaking, the father will really run away far. A bhoot? There's some bhoot, some ghost, some spirit. So no, he didn't speak to Vasudev. In the heart of Vasudev, through that Yog Maya, Vasudev understood that I have to take this baby and run. Put him in something called a soup, not as the one you drink. It's a winnow that they used to do the rice and all those things. A little basket, you can say. Put him in there. And every gate is open. Then he went to the Yamuna. The Yamuna was totally flooded. This is the rainy month, the month of August. And lots of rain is fallen, monsoon in India. So the Yamuna is flooded. And Vasudev is going into the water with Thakurji in that little basket. And the Yamuna is coming up. Yamuna is here, Yamuna is here. Finally, Thakurji took his little charan and touched Yamuna. Yamuna went all the way down and opened and cleared a path. So here the Gopi is saying, the jail is a Kali jail. It's a black jail. Why is it a black jail? Because bad people live in jail. Good people don't live in jail. So she's saying the black jail, because bad people live there. And the Kali Yamuna. Yamuna, the water of Yamuna is black, blackish in color. So this Kali Yamuna. So why is she calling the jail black, Yamuna black? as though it's evil. The fact is, this jail she's talking about is a jail that we all live in. जिसमें हम रहते हैं. This thing we call the world, sansar, is one big, huge jail. And we all prisoners in this jail. Bhagwan has put us in here. We are very bad. Don't like to hear it. Uncountable lifetimes of wickedness, sin, impurity stored in our mind. Every moment, instead of thinking about Radharani, Shri Krishna, Maharaji, the Guru, we're thinking wrong things, having negative thoughts about others. So, bad people in this big, huge jail. So Shyam Sundar comes in this jail of the world to free us, to cure us. If somebody is put in the jail, and they found out he did something, but maybe something was wrong in his head, mental. So they put him in the mental hospital. A doctor will come and try to treat and cure him. He accepts what the doctor and he's cured, then he's let to go back in the world. So Shyam Sundar comes in this world, or he sends his saints, who are Shyam Sundar personified, to take us out of this jail, this bandi grih, called this world, the sansar. Only Shyam Sundar, or those who are Shyam Sundar personified, can take us out of this jail. Nobody else. On the Yamuna, we are drowned in an ocean of Maya. Maya is dark. Ignorance, greed, anger, jealousy, hatred, lust, this is all Maya. So Maya by nature is black. Ignorance. So how do we get out of Maya? Daivi hesha gunamai mama maya duratyaya mame vaye prapadyante maya metantarantite. Chapter 7, verse 14, Gita. Shri Krishna says, hey, this Maya that we all hear about, and people say, when asked what is Maya, people say it's an imagination of the mind, mithya, especially the Gyanis. They forget Gyanis. If you ask anyone in the world, even Westerners who have no idea of Hinduism, what is Maya? Oh, it's an imagination of the mind. So Shri Krishna says, no. Maya is a divine power, and it is the power that belongs to Shri Krishna. He says, Meri Maya. So because Maya belongs to him, he says, only I can free you from Maya. But you have to completely surrender to me. So the water is coming up to Nanda Baba, and Nanda Baba just gave up. In his mind, he was told, you just keep going. He surrendered. And Thakurji took his little charan and touched Yamuna, and the way was cleared. In other words, we have to surrender to that lotus feet of Thakurji, to Shyam Sundar, and he will take Maya away from us. Dhanya chor sir mor mor piya
धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर प्रिय
O mor piya
मोर प्रिय
tate taji bandi गृहकारी
ताते तजी बंदी गृहकारी
कालिंदी हूँ ते पार सिधारो
कालिंदी हूँ ते पार सिधारो
ओ धन्य छोर सिर मोर मोर पिय
धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर प्रिय
So having crossed Yamuna, Thakurji went to the home of Nanda Baba. Using that deceiving power of Yog Maya, his Kali Maya, he put everyone asleep there. Everyone fell asleep in Mathura. All the gods, everybody is fallen asleep. And here now, he has come to Vrindavan and he put everyone to sleep here too. Nanda Baba is sleeping. Yashoda Maiya, she had given birth also to a baby girl. Not a boy, a girl. But she was sleeping. All the ladies who were taking care of her, they're all sleeping. There's a part of the house where a lady will go to have, when she's having a baby, and no men are allowed there. Only ladies. After the baby is born, and they cover her up and everything, then they tell the father, oh, he will hear the child screaming, crying, and then, oh, you had a son, you had a baby. Then he's allowed to come in. Otherwise, no man is allowed in that part of the home. Vasudev went straight inside, nobody to stop him, because everybody is sleeping. And there, inspired by Thakurji, he took Thakurji and put him next to Yashoda Maiya. Took little girl that was her daughter and put in the basket and went away, went back. In other words, Thakurji was not the real son of Yashoda Maiya. Yashoda Maiya, her daughter, Durga. That part of the katha is not so important here. Anyhow, so Thakurji himself had sent her, you go there, and I will come and exchange place with you, and then you will go back. Vasudeva will take you back to Mathura. Kans will try to kill you, and you will fly away. She's Yog Maya herself. So here Thakurji, he has become the son, because Yashoda gave birth to a baby, but she did not know if it's a girl or a boy. She fell asleep. Deep sleep. In that she's unconscious, doesn't know if it's a boy or a girl. When she got up, she saw a boy. Ha, my baby. So she accepted Thakurji as her son. She did not know. So the Gopi is saying, she deceived Yashoda Maiya, putting her to sleep and making her feel that he was her son. And the poor lady, not knowing any better, she accepted him. He took the shelter of her. Being scared of Kans, he ran away and took shelter from Yashoda Maiya. Wow. Bhagwan is afraid of someone, and he takes the shelter of a lady. So, in the same way, we people in the world because we identify with the physical body, we have forgotten we are the soul, the Atma, and identifying with the physical body, we make physical relations in the world. And we say this is our real relation. This is my real mommy. This is my real daddy. This is my real son. My real daughter, blood. People say, oh, blood is thicker than water. My blood, real blood. All relations of the body. But our only relation, because we are the soul, the Atma, our only relation is with Thakurji, with Shri Krishna. Every relation of the soul. First, Amritasya vai putraha. The Veda says, every living being is a child of God, of Shri Krishna. People say there's a prayer that Hindu says, most Hindus, Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhush cha sakha tvameva, tvameva vidya dravinang tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Tvam ev. Tvam means you, two. Ev means he, to he. You alone. We are saying to Shri Krishna, hey Shri Krishna, you alone are my mummy, you alone are my daddy, you alone are my friend, you alone are my companion, you alone are my wealth, you alone are my knowledge, you alone are my everything. But we say only with the mouth. Nobody feels in the heart. Is a problem. So Thakurji is not lying here by taking the place. He is the real son of the real relation, the real father, the real child of every relation, of everyone. But the Gopi is saying like this, that you fooled Yashoda Maiya and you became her son. Dhanya chor sir mor mor piya
धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर प्रिय
O mor piya
मोर प्रिय
कर कर तूत धूत मति यशुमति
कर कर तूत धूत मति यशुमति
ओ बनी सपूत पुनी लेत सहारो
बनी सबूत मुनि लेत सहारो
ओ धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर पिय
धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर प्रिय
So this Gopi is saying to a friend sarcastically about Shyam Sundar. So the friend says, "Are it is a little baby. Why are you blaming a little child? He's just born." He says, okay, listen some more. Nanda sadana nidhi ratana sunatapai. She says, it is heard by everyone. Nanda Baba was the chieftain, like a king of Vrindavan. And he had a palace. He lived in a palace. And it was heard, she's saying, that that palace was filled with the treasure house of the best gems in the world. In other words, Nanda Baba was very, very rich. Very rich. But what happened? चोरत निज स्वभाव ते हारो. Being helpless to his innate nature. Everyone has a nature. We all have a nature. Swabhav. Where does nature come from? Some people say it's the genes. If you have very bad parents, so you'll be very bad. You have very good parents, so you'll be very good, really. So Hiranyakashipu was very bad. And he had the best son, Prahlad. And in the home of a saint, the biggest Rakshas, Ravan, is born. So it has nothing to do with genes, nothing to do with appearance or blood or anything. Our nature comes from the actions we have performed in our past life. Purva janma kritam karma tad daivamiti kathyate. Bhagavan Krishna gives us something called free will. Karmanyavadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala hetu bhurmate sangostva karmani. Gita chapter 2 verse 47. Shri Krishna says, look, I give you the right to perform action. In other words, I give you free will. Do whatever you want. Do good, do bad, do mixture, anything you want. I determine the fruit. Shri Krishna, you can do whatever you want. I will give the fruit accordingly. But you have free will. So the actions we perform in our past life, through the free will that Shri Krishna has given to us, that becomes our nature in this lifetime. It forms our nature. And the actions we perform in this lifetime will become our nature in the next lifetime. So nature is very difficult to change. Only through bhakti. When someone takes shelter in a true saint and sheds tears for Radha Krishna, and there comes a purification in the heart, in the mind, then the nature can change. Otherwise, impossible. So Shri Krishna has an innate nature. What is his nature? He likes to steal. Chori karna. He's helpless. When your nature is such, the sanskars, the mental tendencies from our past life pushes you. It is so strong that you cannot help but do it. You know this thing is wrong. But the nature, the sanskar is so powerful, it pushes you to do it. So Thakurji's innate nature is to steal. So he was helpless to his innate nature, and even though his father was so rich, he started stealing from a little boy. He started his black art of stealing, even though he had everything. Imagine, Nanda Baba had now 900,000 cows. 900,000, and not the cows of Kali Yuga. These cows in that age, at one milking, they will give like 40 gallons of milk. And now you can hardly get a gallon sometime. So much milk, and only 4 people to eat. Balram, Shri Krishna, Nanda Baba, Maya. And yet he goes in the gopis and steals all their makhan, he steals everywhere. His innate nature, he can't help himself. The gopi is saying, Dhanya chor sir mor mor piya.
Dhanya chor sir mor mor priya.
O mor piya. Nand sadan nidhi ratan सुनत पै।
नंद सदन निधि रतन सुनत पै।
ओ छोरत निज स्वभाव ते हारो।
चोरत निज स्वभाव ते हारो।
ओ धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर पिय।
धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर प्रिय।
So her friend is saying, Sakhi, are Sakhi. Then what did he steal? So bad? As I told you, O Langar, the trickster, he stole Navani. Navani means butter. He stole our butter. Then he stole our dadhi, yogurt, curd. Then he stole our ambar, our clothes. He stole the clothes of the gopis. And not only that, he stole all my attachments of all those people I am attached to in the world. This is the big thing. Shri Krishna steals the attachment we have in the world. He steals everything. Bhagavan Krishna says in Bhagavad Mahapuran, Tam Bhranshayami sampadbhyo yasa chechamya dugraham. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 10th canto, 27 chapter, 16 verse. Shri Krishna says, those upon whom I shower my grace, I steal, I take away everything from them. I take away mother, father, wife, husband, children, wealth, health, beauty, status, everything. Listen carefully here. Generally in the world, people think that when we get things in the world, somebody gets a good job, wins the lotto, has good children, husband is very good, wife is so loving and kind. Oh, Bhagwan is so merciful on me, he's so kind, that God has showered so much grace upon me. And if the opposite happened, you have the very bad wife. Your husband is given so much trouble, drinks alcohol and wants to beat you, or maybe does give you a beating. The children are very bad, or someone dies, someone steals all your wealth, steal your motorcar, etc. Oh, Bhagwan is angry at me. I did something wrong. But Shri Krishna is saying, no, this is my grace. This knowledge has to get firm in our mind. Once I heard a lady said, some pracharak of Maharaji was preaching, and she heard this preacher say this philosophy that Shri Krishna says in the Bhagavad, whoever I shower my grace upon, he will take away everything. She said, I ran away from the satsang. I do not want to be in a satsang where God is going to take away everything from me. She said, these crazy people. This happens when we don't understand. Because we are looking for happiness in the world. And we think if I have all these things, I will be happy. If my husband is very nice to me, my wife is very nice, my children are well behaved, I have so much money, I have this kind of motor car, I have a good job, all my co-workers are very nice to me. Then, oh, Maharaji showered his grace, Radharani is so merciful to me. And if that doesn't happen, hey, Bhagwan. It's important to understand. It's not the attainment, but the loss of worldly attainments. When it seems that the whole world is against us, this is the real grace. Why? Shri Krishna again says, Yasyaham anugrahinami harishye tadhanam shanaihi. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 10th canto, 88, chapter 8, verse. I forcibly take away everything, forcibly, from those I shower my grace upon, so that they will accept nothing and no one as their own but me alone. Shri Krishna says, I alone want to be in here. Take out all the kachara, all the rubbish, clean the living room. Then I am going to come. This is a condition for him to come. When we have all this thing in the world. There's a guy, he's illiterate. He can't even read nor write. He's never went to school. But he has a lot of money. He's very rich, a billionaire. He's surrounded by so many well-wishers, a doctor, an engineer. So many people, politicians, you name it. One day this man happens to become bankrupt. He's paying the stock market fell. From billionaire he became zeronaire. He lost everything. All the well-wishers disappeared. One day he sees the doctor going somewhere. Hey, doctor! Hey, listen. My wife is very sick. The doctor says, hey, mister, I have no time. You have no time? Before you used to come to my home and sit for hours without invitation. Mr. Rich Man, you're very foolish. It was the wealth that you had. I'm not devoted to you. When you had all that wealth, I wanted to be close to you. Now that everything is gone, I don't have time. The bird, when there's fruits in the tree, no one has to call the birds. They will come, they will eat, they will sing, they will relax. And when the fruits are finished in the tree, the bird flies away. Now if anyone even calls, the bird doesn't come. So, when we have all these things in the world, our mind gets attached to it. To the motor car, to the big bank balance, to my lovely shoes. Oh, I have so many, we dress in different shoes. We have all these things. Our mind gets attached. It becomes difficult for our mind to be attached to Radha Krishna, to Guru. So Sri Krishna says, I take it away. So the gopis, everything the gopis saying has a deep, deep meaning. On the top, it looks like she's being very hasty and very sarcastic about Kanhaiya. But there's a truth in everything. He's a saint. A saint never speaks any idle words. We don't understand, that's all. So there's a deep, deep meaning. She says, he has stolen all my attachment to my worldly relations. Dhanya chor sir mor mor piya
Dhanya chor sir mor mor priya
Langar navani dadhi ambar hari ab ambar hari ab langar navani dadhi ambar hari ab
Ambar
धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर पिय
धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर प्रिय.
And the Gopi says, Sakhi, not only that, he stole my heart. This is a big. Imagine the thief, our beloved Shyam Sundar. That he steals our heart. This is the biggest thing. He's called Chitta Chor. And not only the heart of us worldly people, he's such a thief, he steals the heart of Paramhans. A Paramhans is one who does not see, hear, smell, taste, touch, anything except Brahm. Everywhere he sees himself, Brahm, 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 everywhere. In other words, he doesn't even have a heart. Yet Shyam Sundar is such a great thief, he steals the heart, the mind of a Paramhans. Imagine. She says, he stole my heart. And ab man mohan kaha bicharo. And having stolen my heart, he is thinking what else to steal. Are you have stolen everything. You have stolen all my worldly attachment to all my relations. You have stolen my heart. And he's still thinking, what else should I steal from her? He's not satisfied. He's not at peace until he steals everything. Shyam Sundar, especially when he comes in the form of Guru, he is not at rest until he takes that soul to Golok. The moment we accept a true saint, who is Shyam Sundar personified, the scriptures tell us. As we always say in the prayer, Shri Krishna himself says in Bhagavad, Acharya mam vijaniyan navamanyet karhichit namartya buddhya suyet sarvadeva mayo guru. Bhagavad Mahapuran 11 Canto 17 chapter 27 verse. Shri Krishna says to Uddhav, Uddhav, know the saint, the true saint, to be me, Shri Krishna, Mam Vijaniya. When we meet a true saint, we meet Shri Krishna himself. Do not see him as a man. Do not use your material mind and intellect to understand him, and know that all forms of God reside in him. So until we attain Shri Krishna or a saint who is Shri Krishna personified, will not rest until he takes us to Golok. And the only way he can do that is by stealing everything from us. Shri Krishna says, give me everything you have. And the soul says, Hare Shri Krishna, everything I have is dirty. Ganda. Everything. Dirty mind, dirty body, dirty wealth. Everything dirty. Shri Krishna said, give dirty. Give me everything you have. And in return, I will give you everything I have. What a wonderful exchange. For our dirty, worldly, material possessions, the dirty mind, the dirtiest, the dirty body, everything. This body we have, that we treasure so much, is in the 8.4 million forms of life is the dirtiest. Sabse ganda. There are 9 holes in this body, and from every one of them, nothing comes but dirtiness. Dirty everywhere. Shri Krishna says, don't worry, give. Give everything you have. Don't keep anything. Give me everything. I will steal it. And in return for stealing everything you have, I will give you everything divine. Divine mind, divine knowledge, divine body, divine bliss, everything divine. So why not let Shyam Sundar steal everything? Dhanya chor sir mor mor piya
धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर प्रिय
हामन मोहन के मन मोहन
आमन मोहन के मन मोहन
अब मन मोहन काह विचारो
अब मन मोहन काह विचारो
ओ धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर पिय धन्य
धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर प्रिय
जे बरजोर चोर चुड़ामणि दृश्य पदार्थ चोरन हारो. We hear about great people who steal, thieves. If you have all the greatest thieves in the world and the leader of that pack of the greatest thieves, what are they going to steal? They will steal things only that they can see. Stool padat. They cannot steal invisible things. Not like in the movies you see sometime and they can make something, the machine PPP and it gets visible and invisible. We haven't reached that science, maybe in the future, I don't know. Anyhow, so they're going to steal money in the bank, they're going to steal jewels, but something they're going to steal somebody's motor car, somebody's house, whatever, but it's something that they can see. Even the topmost of thieves in the world, the most they can steal, it has to be visible, something you can see. But she says, my beloved, Shyam Sundar, pai yaha adrishya. Adrishya means invisible. Amogh, innumerable, uncountable. There's something stored in our heart, in our mind, called paap, sins. And that's infinite. Even if we commit one sin, one wrong action in one lifetime, we, the individual souls, are beginningless. Uncountable lifetimes have gone. It would mean that there are uncountable sins stored in our heart, in our mind. Infinite. Agha means paap, sin. Uncountable. People do prashchit karma. When you commit some wrong action in the world, there are certain type of actions called prashchit karma in the Vedas that one can perform, some kind of havan, Gayatri mantra in the proper way. Impossible in Kali Yuga, but some people can do. And you can wash away that sin, killing a cow, a Brahmin, verse in the Vedas even. But you can take out some. But we're talking about infinite. The word infinite means if you take out infinite, infinite remains. So no one can completely destroy sins by karma, what is called prashchit karma, repetitive actions in the Vedas. The root of the sins is Maya. So to destroy, you have to destroy Maya. And even then, infinite is taught. So no one can destroy all of that completely. But she's saying, this thief called my beloved, who's the topmost of thieves, the reason why he's the topmost, he steals invisible things. Invisible in my heart, uncountable sins from uncountable past lifetimes, he stole it. And not only that, what did he do? He burnt it forever. Ek matches lagaya. He took a match, strike a match, and burn all of it. The moment a soul completely surrenders to Sri Krishna, then only the infinite sins we have committed in uncountable lifetimes, Sri Krishna will take a match and strike it, and that will be the end. That's the only times people say, I am working out my sins, my karma. Really? Nobody can work out any karma or any sin. Infinite. The word infinite, anant, means if you subtract infinite, infinite remains. So no one can do that. Only the moment of God realization, when we attain God realization, the moment you attain God realization, the uncountable sins we have committed in uncountable lifetimes, immediately Shri Krishna will burn it. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma sucha. Chapter 18, verse 66, Gita. Shri Krishna makes it very clear. Give up all dharma, all obligations, all duties, adharma plus dharma, all virtues as well as evil actions, and take shelter in me alone completely. The moment we do that, then he will strike the match. Uncountable will be destroyed. So such a great thief, imagine. Our beloved, don't feel bad. This is the kind of thief we want our beloved to be, that he can steal all the infinite sin, innumerable sins stored in my mind from uncountable lifetimes. Steal my heart, steal my sin, steal everything, Shyam Sundar. Dhanya chor sir mor mor piya. जेबर जोर चोर चूड़ामणि
जेबर जोर चोर चूड़ामणि
दृश्य पदारथ चोरन हारो
दृश्य पदारथ चोरन हारो
पयः अदृश्य अमोघ ओघ अघ नाम हिलेत भसम करिडारो
नाम हिलेत भसम करिडारो
ओ धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर पिय
धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर प्रिय.
So he is burnt up. the infinite sins, pap, from uncountable, infinite lifetimes in my heart, stored in my heart, but is not satisfied. He then ignites in my heart the fire of separation, Viragni. As I told you, a gopi, Shamsundar is standing in front of the gopi and she is suffering in separation. He ignites that fire of separation in the heart of the gopis, of those who love him. That even a moment away from Shamsundar seems like millions and millions of lifetimes. When Shamsundar will take the cows and go to take them to pasture, the gopis used to curse Brahma. They will curse Brahma, the creator. Why? For giving them eyelids. Eyelids? Why? Because every time they blink, that moment they will not be able to see Shamsundar. Can you imagine? That moment was so difficult for them to bear. That moment they could not see him, that they will curse Brahma for giving them eyelids. So she says, he has lit this fire and he seems as though he wants to burn me up. So much the fire, that love, that divine love. I don't want to go in great detail. Time is up already anyhow. So just an example, the scripture says that divine love in the heart of Radharani, how to explain in the worldly sense? Normally a flame, if you look at an open flame, above the flame there's a part, it looks smoky, blackish. So there's an open flame, like we do arti. Then there's a little part you can see like a little bit darkish, and there's a little bit above that you can't see, but if you put your hand, you will feel the heat. It's called the abhav. If that were to come out from the heart of Radharani, it will burn the uncountable solar systems, the entire universe, into ashes. That's the fire the gopi is feeling. That she says it seems as though he wants to literally burn me up. Dhanya chor sir mor mor piya
Dhanya chor sir mor mor priya
चाहत भस्म करन मो विरहिनी
चाहत भस्म करन मोह विरहिनी
इह हेरी विरहा नल जारो And finally, just want to finish off here. In the last line, Sri Kripaluji Mahaprabhu is saying in the words of that gopi, what she's expressed, and she says, if I get burnt up, if that fire is so much, that fire of love in the separation from Shamsundar, that if I get burnt up, I don't have any worry about that. I'm not worried about if I get burnt up. I am worried about my beloved who is living in my heart. That if there's a fire blazing in there and he's living in my heart, then that fire might burn him up. So my worry is not that I will get burnt up by that fire, but that my beloved Shamsundar will be harmed by that fire because he's living in my heart. Look at how the love that the gopis have. That she doesn't want anything. She's been so sarcastic. Yet she is very careful that no harm should come to her beloved, Shyam Sundar, because she is selfless, Nishkam Prem, Tat Sukha Sukhitvam, to be happy in the happiness of the beloved. The gopis always wanted Shyam Sundar to be happy. They never thought for their own happiness, even for a moment. Even though she's saying all of this, yet she's so careful, that she's so worried that that fire that she's burning in her heart, and that love and that separation, it should not harm her beloved Shyam Sundar. Dhanya chor sir mor mor piya.
धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर प्रिय
यह कृपालु को अति भय लागत।
यह कृपालु को अति भय लागत।
ओ जरी न जाय हिय रूप तिहारो।
जरी न जाय हिय रूप तिहारो।
ओ धन्य चोर सिर मोर मोर पिय। धन्य
चोर सिर मोर मोर प्रिय।
बोले चोर सिरमोर श्याम सुंदर की,
जय
श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे।